The World Series.
For 15 years, we've let everyone have their fun. But come on. Tonight, the Fall Classic is back where it belongs. And this matchup is the stuff dreams are made of.
Scraping the sky! She is gone!
Two legendary rivals steeped in history. More star power than a Broadway marquee. Welcome to New York. Welcome to baseball heaven. Game 3 of the World Series starts now on Fox.
All right, here we go from Yankee Stadium, and thanks to Billy Crystal, you can check out his new series Before, now streaming on Apple TV+. It's the World Series on Fox, presented by Capital One. The scene shifts from Los Angeles to New York. Game 3 between the Dodgers and the Yankees. We welcome you inside. The Hall of Famer John Smoltz. I'm Joe Davis. The Dodgers, the walk-off win in Game 1, the early burst in Game 2, and now 2 wins away from a World Championship.
Well, when we started this World Series, we knew these two teams were evenly matched. They both do things exactly the same well. The difference is the Dodgers are doing exactly and imposing their will, and it starts with Freddie Freeman and that unbelievable grand slam that set this series on fire. Their offense is not striking out. They're hitting with runners in scoring position, and their pitching has been unbelievable. That was maybe the one weakness. It hasn't been. And they hit with runners in scoring position. So when you basically see everything they're doing, that's why they're up 2 games to none.
10 times in World Series history, a team has erased a 2-0 deficit to come back and win the series. Now, the Yankees have accounted for 4 of those 10. How do they do it again this year?
Well, maybe home sweet home, but they got to look at the other side and say, we got to do what they're doing, because their offense is just as capable. It hasn't got on track yet. Give the credit to the Dodgers pitching, but if they're going to get back in this series, it starts with hitting, and it's got to come some thunder with the right-handed hitters. The right-handed hitters only hitting 143. Aaron Judge is the MVP, and he's going to step up. It's a matter of time, and if he does, they get back in the series. If he doesn't, it's going to be trouble for New York.
Well, for more on these Yankees trying to get this series turned around, we go down to the field. Here's Tom Verducci.
Thanks, Joe. Tonight began for the Yankees the same way 2016 Game 5 did for the Cubs, with a meeting called by Anthony Rizzo. Back then, Rizzo broke the tension by quoting his favorite movie lines with no clothes on. The mood and the attire a little more serious tonight. The meeting was quick. Rizzo was the only one who spoke. And one player said it was a bonding experience. In 2016, the Cubs responded by winning 3 straight elimination games. Rizzo is treating it the same way tonight. He called this a must-win for New York. Now here's Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Tom. Shohei Ohtani sent his teammates a group text in English while they were on their way to the airport after Game 2 saying, "I'm going to be fine." Dave Roberts watched Ohtani take batting practice last night and said it was loud. All Roberts is asking of Ohtani is that he play it safer on the bases, take shorter leads, avoid diving back into the bag, reduce the risk of further injury. Joe?
All right, Kenny, so both the stars again in the spotlight for this Game 3. We had one of California's own, Ice Cube, before Game 2. Time now for a native New Yorker to get you ready for Game 3.
Yo, New York! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Bronx Bomber himself, Fat Joe!
Todo Puerto Rico! Yeah! What's up, New York? Let's go, Yankees! Soto, I see you. Judge, I see you. Okay, it's different over here. Yeah, I don't give a about the faults on Miss Happy's Dodgers. We from the Bronx, New York. Things happen. New York City. It's time to apply that pressure. If you love the Yankees, make some noise. I am the ghost of Babe Ruth, the Bronx Bomber himself. from New York.
And you know I'm all about big chips.
I'm from New York. We from the home of the terrorists. Yes, I'm from New York.
I got 100 brothers.
Yes, I'm from New York. And this is how we do. Man, I can see that Moses ain't a cutie even. He got his head blown up. And I was just about to find God. But now that Mace is back, I think I'd much rather find him. And everybody took crazy how the ace gon' pitch. We gon' hit it out the park every time we hit. You know Stan needs truth, homie. Got the whole league shook, saying, nah, Joe, gon' let him loose on me. True story of bringing the team back. Even the Dodgers forced to lean back. Straight set, grind, cook. Now we killing them hard. People saying I must have found punch rhyme book. Pinstripes on top of the Phantom. And the Biggie got blamed like the ring around Saturn. Big Joe crack, lady sing for that. You already know the X is where the team be at. Oh man, damn.
Exclusive.
Let's go Yankees. Let's go Yankees. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all. Shorty, what you want? Shorty, what you need? My brothers running game. We ain't never leave. Don't know the slutty. We ain't never. You got a B12. I got Chance. Got Judge. I'm all the way up.
What you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got.
Let's go New York. Let's go.
I got what you need.
I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. We all the way up. I'm all the way up.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
For my hitters with Bentley Coupes and Rolex. Kick a chick out the room and gave her no records. Had to stash the jewels, these women sold records. I'm talking shorty uptown, showing off the new things. Couldn't take it all, so I gave her own ching. She called me top shot, so yeah, I keep a few things. Champion sound, yeah, I got a few rings and I'm all the way up. And you can stay up. And if you ask anybody where I live, and point to the hills and say, go all the way up. Go all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. This is for Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson, Derek Jeter the captain, Mariano.
Three.
Where we're going. It's been a long time since we've last taken this trip. It only feels right we steal a page from this city, this pastime, and romanticize this meeting of baseball's Goliaths. Get swept away in the rush of New York's current. Travel back through this rivalry and together take a ride to the Bronx.
161st Street, Yankee Stadium.
The Bronx gets it.
Through dynasties draped in pinstripes.
The
Yankees are world champions once again.
It's flavor.
Jackie Robinson set his sights.
Through the groundbreaking.
Robinson dashes to the plate.
And the history making. This story of neighbors that grew into a tale of two coasts.
The Dodgers, once located in Brooklyn, now belong to Los Angeles.
And the immortals that blurred the line between legend and fact.
Reggie Jackson hit his third home run of the game.
Somehow, all that history doesn't cast a shadow big enough to take away from this moment. The names and all their talent wearing these uniforms. The energy of a Bronx October. How can you not help but fall in love with the game all over again? How can you not get carried away in the magic of Dodgers Yankees?
He's done it!
Here they are again, 43 years later, meeting at the last stop.
And speaking of long waits, the first World Series game in the Bronx in 15 years. The 104th World Series game in the Bronx all time. They won the first of their 27 World Championships in the old Yankee Stadium's first season, 1923. They won the last of those 27 the year this place opened in 2009. And they're hoping maybe this crowd can bring its team to life as they try to get back into this series. So Ohtani cranking that shoulder around, ready to go. The Dodgers coming to the plate with this lineup. Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman at the top of it. Teoscar Hernandez, who had a huge series in this ballpark back in June. Max Muncy's at third base hitting fifth. Will Smith slides up and bats sixth. Lux, Kike Hernandez, and Tommy Edman rounding things out for the Dodgers. 28-year-old from Ackworth, Georgia, Clark Schmidt. And the guy that Aaron Boone has called the most confident guy that he's ever met. Yankees hoping they have the right personality, the right guy for this moment.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had some pretty good success in the postseason. He had great success during the year. He's got to throw enough strikes because his secondary pitches are where he gets his strikeouts. And I'm sure he's right away going to figure out if Ohtani is limited at all in this first at bat. So he's going to be pumped.
Ohtani's ready to lead things off, and Clark Schmidt, you know, he missed a lot of this season with the lat injury, but when he was healthy, he was a top 10 pitcher in baseball with a 2.85 ERA.
Yeah, his confidence met execution, and then the last 7, of course, you just get a little bit of an equalizer, right? You just go through those moments as a starter, but the eagerness doesn't always guarantee success, but you'd rather have a guy eager in these moments, especially down 2-0. And when he's going to be successful, it's going to rely on that cutter. And he's got breaking balls that go up, down, and to the left and make spin his big asset. And I think that's the only way he's going to keep the Dodgers at bay. You've got to throw some spin. And at the top of the zone, use your fastball against the Dodgers.
We came into this series talking about these superstars, of course. Pitching has done a good job against both these guys. Ohtani's one hit was a big one, but it is just one hit. 1 for 8 so far in this World Series. And, of course, the big story hanging over everything for the Yankees. Can they get Aaron Judge going?
Yeah, and that's the key. I mean, all the focus is going to be, fair or not, on the two superstars and what they do. That's why you get a lot of guys that can have success behind them because so much attention's given to him. Listen, he's going to be sore. But what it might do for his swing, Ohtani's who I'm talking about, is shorten it up, be compact, and not as big. It's his back shoulder. You do a lot of the hitting with your front shoulder, but don't kid yourself. The back shoulder will feel it when you swing.
And Kenny told you during the pregame show, Dave Roberts went and watched him in the cage yesterday, and he said, oh, my goodness, was it loud. He looked, and it sounded just right. Clark Schmidt's ready to go. Ohtani stands in, and off we go. Game 3 from the Bronx. Upstairs, ball 1. The Dodgers 2 wins from their second title in 5 years. Their first one in a full season since 1988. And the Bronx breathes some life back into these Yankees as they try to come back from down 2-0 to win their 28th title.
The pressure's obvious on the Yankees, right? They know they've got to win tonight. It's not a true elimination game, but getting off to a good start is going to change the narrative for this fan base and obviously Dave Roberts.
3-0 on Ohtani. Take advantage of the crowd, right? They're ready to erupt, ready to give you a boost. Doing the roll call right now. All the sights and the sounds of a Yankee game, but especially a Yankee game in the World Series. They shout out to each one of the players out there, and they tip the cap to the fans. It's Ohtani, though, on 4 pitches, taking a walk to open this game against Schmidt. Oh, he asked Dave Roberts before the game, do you have to say anything to Ohtani? Don't run. And he said, yeah, I'm going to save him from himself. I did say to him, enough, dude. It's not worth it.
Well, the presence of him, of course, we haven't seen him swing yet to have any kind of indicator, but the presence in the lineup of Ohtani speaks for itself.
There's a strike.
When you have a layoff and you haven't pitched in a while, and you're a high-level, emotional, kind of like downhill fastball cutter guy, that's where you're trying to check those emotions and get back into the normal routine. And you saw his fastball was up out of the zone, amped up.
Third start of the postseason for Schmidt. 2 runs over 4 2/3 in both of them. Yankees betting on his confidence, betting on his pulse, as he tries to reestablish the Yankees' rotation edge, seeming rotation edge coming into this series. Yamamoto outdueled Rodon in game 2. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, there's that breaking ball that he can throw. It's really, really tight, and it has great depth to it. He'll use that pitch, especially you'll see a bigger breaking ball to the left-hander on the inside part of the plate that breaks big.
That was the bigger one right there.
Yeah, but he even shapes it differently against left-handers, so he can manipulate the baseball and create the lanes he wants against a right-handed hitter. And I would say that he's going to have to take care of the right-handed hitters that are in this lineup, because it's a deep lineup with a lot of thunder, and left-handed hitters, of course, providing a lot of that.
Betts coming off a 2-hit game in game 2. 429 over his last 5 games. Ohtani just 1 of 8 in this World Series, but Betts really from midway through the championship series forward has been awesome right behind him. Ohtani at first with the leadoff walk. A 1-2 pitch to Mookie Betts is swatted foul. We'll do it again.
Ohtani is going to try to keep that shoulder from any unneeded movement by grabbing like the collar of his jersey. Whenever you pop your shoulder out, you're going to have little tears. You're going to have inflammation, and it's going to not be perfect for him tonight.
Another 1-2 pitch. Just misses. Home plate umpire Mark Carlson is a very hitter-friendly umpire. That one goes Betts' way.
Well, that was a strike, but he was set up inside, and you see the catcher reach, and that reach might have been the difference of getting that call.
So from 0-2 to 2-2, Schmidt comes back home, and Betts hits a fly ball into shallow left field. Purdue goes on, the call and the catch.
This ballpark's so much different, obviously, than Dodger Stadium. This is a short to right, short to left poke. You could hit opposite field home runs here and be a hitter's dream. So you've got to keep the ball in the middle of the field. And an aggressive hitter like Freddie Freeman will attack the first pitch, and he was trying to lift the ball, I guarantee it.
He showed that in his walk-off grand slam game 1. And coming into this series, going into that swing, you wouldn't have thought that he would be a guy you'd have to really worry about when it comes to keeping the ball in a small park like this. He hadn't homered in 41 days when he stepped into the box on Friday night, hit that grand slam, and he homered again in game 2. 1 ball, 1 strike. 4 consecutive World Series games with a home run for Freddie Freeman. That is 1 shy of George Springer's record. Schmidt to Freeman. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now the curveball that he used against the Guardians, and they were heavy left-handed batters, he would throw this breaking ball on the inner part of the plate and get it to go down to the back foot. A lot of swings and misses over the top on that pitch.
It is a fastball. It's ripped down the line. It is gone. A 5th consecutive World Series game with a Freddie Freeman home run. And the Dodgers are on the board first in game 3. Incredible. Had not homered in more than a month, and he's homered in all 3 games.
Well, this is a left-handed batter's dream ballpark, and when you make a mistake with your fastball, he's trying to go away, he goes inside, and Freddie has not missed that pitch. Every one of the home runs he's hit off a fastball have been tight and to him, and he hasn't missed it. That's a mistake, and Freddie made him pay.
2-0 Dodgers, and that fast start you're talking about the Yankees desperately needing instead comes from the Dodgers. And Freeman has tied George Springer for the World Series record, consecutive games with a home run. And out to Oscar Hernandez, ball and a strike.
Well, two good things happened there for the Dodgers. Obviously the home run, and two, Ohtani didn't have to slide at second or slide at home or do anything. He got to jog.
Keep holding that shirt, keep holding that shoulder in place the whole way around the bases. And Freddie Freeman is broken out with that ankle rested, of course, and a new little mental trick that he's telling himself: step instead of towards the pitcher, step out. He's not actually doing that, but it's just kind of unlocked his swing where he's not feeling the pain, cutting it loose. Because watching him during the division series and the championship series, there was zero thump.
No, yeah, and his foot was bothering him a lot more, and he couldn't get that foot hit from the ground up. He was hitting all upper body and going the other way. Well, something's changed, and his ability to have timing and power now couldn't come at a better timing for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
2-2 to Hernandez. Bouncer short for Anthony Volpe. 2 out.
I really thought they were going to go to the breaking ball here, but he went to a fastball away, but he pulls it. And by pulling it in, see where the catcher had to reach? Nowhere close to the zone, and these hitters on both teams are good enough to make these disappear. There will be home runs tonight if pitchers make mistakes. First one goes to the Dodgers.
10 of their 12 runs in this Fall Classic have come off the long ball. 2 out, Max Muncy, strike one from Schmidt.
We talked about, you know, I've been in all these situations, and what happens when a team gets down and the crowd is anticipating this is a game we have to win. You need something to shock the other side. Well, right away, the Dodgers threw the first punch. And what I mean by shocking the other side, your team that's down 2-0 has to have an unexpected situation happen where you go, oh, wow, and turn it, and it can turn the series. For the Dodgers, they don't want that to even be in play. And so offensively, they have been unbelievable.
0-2 to Muncy. It's caught on a miss for strike 3. Got the spin in on him, but Freddie Freeman got a fastball and did not miss. They continue to punish fastballs, and they continue to ride the long ball. A 2-0 lead for LA before the Yankees come to bat.
That's the
lead things off for the Yankees. Soto and Judge, of course, to follow. Championship Series MVP Giancarlo Stanton has knocked in runs in both games in this World Series. Chisholm and Volpe 5 and 6. One change to the lineup. Jose Trevino replaces Austin Wells at catcher and bats 8th. Walker Buehler outside with his first pitch. It's been a season-long search, really, for Buehler. His first year back from Tommy John. He had a 5.38 ERA during the regular season. He gave up 6 runs in the division series, but feels like he found it in the championship series, John. Totally different pitch mix. And he got more swings and misses than he'd gotten in any game in 3 years.
Yeah, made a huge adjustment, and he's coming off of a big layoff. So see how he does with the command. Early in the first inning, Clark did not have good command. And now a 2-run lead for Buehler is a great feeling when you're in a World Series game on the road.
How about that layoff, though? You mentioned 12 days. I would imagine he's juiced up, but that's not necessarily a great thing.
That is not necessarily a great thing. You can see the even spread of pitches he likes to throw and doesn't rely on any one. But when he's got that working, he's got tremendous spin on his fastball that he can ride up in the zone. And as you mentioned, the spin that he had last start, you just hope you can remember it and stay connected to it. 18 swings and misses was a season high.
Fires 2-2, and Torres is working count 4.
Now what the Yankees have to do is win every single at bat. They have no choice. Every at bat's got to be like a 9th inning approach because they're down 2-0 in this game and down 2-0 in the series.
Who can provide that shock to the system you were talking about? It could come from anywhere.
That's exactly right, but they've got to do a better job at the swings and misses. They're just not putting the ball in play enough, and obviously statistically it shows.
Another payoff. Torres leads off with a walk. On base to open the game for the Yankees for the 10th time in 12 games this postseason. Take a look at Fox Foresight, powered by Google Cloud, as Juan Soto comes to the plate to a great hand from this Bronx crowd, who's hoping that they're not seeing the last of Juan Soto in a Yankees uniform, because he's given them everything they've ever could have dreamt of in his first season here. We say thanks to Google Cloud for powering those real-time insights.
Yeah, Google Cloud has done an incredible job. They get that so fast that they give us the opportunity to give it to the viewers of real-time stats.
You got Soto up there, 3 out of 7, 2 walks in the 2 games in this series. 1 ball, 1 strike against Buehler. Monster season. First year in pinstripes, has continued right into the postseason. And then he's knocked in 3 of their 5 runs. He scored the other. Now this 1-1 pitch takes way outside. Ball 2.
Well, it is a little bit colder here, and when you're in the cold, and as long as it's not super dry, the feel of the baseball for each pitcher is going to be vital for the type of pitches that they throw, especially the breaking ball.
Lands that one. It's interesting. He said he loves pitching in the colder temperatures, and it was pretty cold at Citi Field when he was spinning it so well.
It was, and he had the one good thing that the only good thing is when the wind's blowing out, it helps your secondary pitches. It doesn't help the fly ball because it carries, but you can use the wind blowing out, and he did in that game at Citi Field to the best of his ability.
Pretty darn still tonight. Beautiful night for baseball. Soto on 2-2, slashes the ball to left center field. Teoscar Hernandez runs under it and makes the catch. Back to first goes Torres, 1 away.
Well, here's the at-bat that this entire crowd is not only going to root for, hold their breath for.
Strike 1 as the crowd tries to remind him who he is.
Yeah, the big thing about watch the barrel of the bat, and if he's got that tilt and swinging up, that's not the judge that he's been for the entire season.
Lays off that breaker.
What happens is every once in a while, okay, you have to make him in conscience. Well, they did that in Game 5. He got hit by a pitch. So part of that is maybe since then he's leaking out, trying to anticipate the pitch in, therefore missing all the pitches away. It's a mechanical thing that you can do as a hitter and fall into a bad funk. Those numbers show you why he's not connected mechanically. It only takes 1 swing, 1 bad mistake to get this guy going.
1-1 pitch. Judge checks his swing again. That's a big deal right there. He said it, John, that to him it's simple, that he's got to swing his strikes, and if they're going to spin him like that, he's got to take his walks, hand the baton to Stanton behind him.
That's exactly right. It's so easy to say, harder to do.
Fouls it back. Healthy rip at a fastball. So he's seeing more and more breaking stuff. Best fastball hitter in baseball. And in this postseason against breaking stuff, 1 for 20, 14 Ks, and most of it has been chasing off of the plate.
And based on that high fastball, I would think curveball's coming here.
On a 2-2. It is a breaking ball that he calmly takes, and the count is full.
It started too low. If that pitch would have started higher, that would have been an attempted swing. That it starts too low out of his hand, and Judge recognizes it and stays off of it.
You talk about shocking the system. Nobody that could provide a bigger jolt than this guy right here. 2-0 Dodgers, bottom of the first in Game 3. Aaron Judge swings and misses. Buehler with a cutter to strike him out.
The fear factor in the regular season is a carryover effect over 162 games. The numbers speak for themselves. He's going to win the MVP. When you show a little crack in the postseason, it opens up the arsenal. Pitchers aren't as afraid of throwing to you when there's a stretch like this. It's the weirdest thing, and it's unfortunately come at the wrong time for the Yankees.
Fastball for strike 1 on Stanton. Buehler comes back home with a breaking pitch that misses. Stanton, after winning MVP of the championship series, homers in Game 1 of the World Series, knocks in a run in the 9th inning in Game 2. They give the MVP chance to Aaron Judge during introductions, and they lingered into Stanton, and felt appropriate for him too with the way he's played this October and really every October since coming to New York. Torres started this inning with a walk, still at first, as Stanton takes ball 2.
Well, right now, fastball, as you look at these two guys that just crush fastballs, right? But look at the rest. That's what's got to pick up. Can't just be a 1 or 2 man show.
Sharply hit the short. Edmonds up with it, and that's a scoreless first inning for Walker Buehler. The Dodgers trying to get to within a win of a world championship and off to a great start. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more at MLBshop.com. Will Smith leads off this second for the Dodgers against Clark Schmidt. Up into the 6th spot of the order today. First time he's hit this high in the lineup since Game 2 of the championship series. Dave Roberts told us he liked this matchup for Will Smith against Schmidt. Two-run home run from Freeman in the first inning against Schmidt.
That's the pitch he's got to make the adjustment. Been a little bit erratic with his command early on, and once a pitcher settles in and gets in a rhythm, it's way better to connect dots with his secondary pitches. Just a little off on that cutter.
Home with the 2-0 and fly the other way. Back goes Soto to that short porch onto the track with room. Even the lazy fly balls can strike a little fear into you in this ballpark. Schmidt, first-round draft pick, 2017 out of South Carolina. Even though he had just had Tommy John surgery, Yankees saw enough prior to the surgery and bet on his makeup, bet on his character, his ability to come back from that. It was still a slow and injury-riddled climb to the big leagues, and it wasn't until last year that he stuck in the rotation. Outside with his first pitch to Gavin Lux, but they say better and better every year. Finally has the true stuff to go along with that confidence that he's always had. And a breakout season this year. Fires 1-0. Caught the corner.
Well, that's what he did really well in his previous starts, is he got the outside corner with the fastball, and then he could pound in with the breaking ball and have both the left-handed hitters thinking away and then getting to swing over the top.
So 2 balls and 1 strike on Gavin Lux. A key walk in the 10th inning in Game 1. Did not play in Game 2. On this 2-1 pitch, takes strike 2, and we go down to Ken Rosenthal.
Well, Joe, it's interesting. Clark Schmidt and Walker Buehler took similar paths into pro ball. Both were first-round picks despite well-documented elbow problems. Buehler was Andrew Friedman's first selection with the Dodgers. In 2015, the team took him 24th overall out of Vanderbilt, knowing he needed a Tommy John. 2 years later, similar thing with Schmidt. He had the Tommy John, and the Dodgers wanted him. They wanted to do the same thing they did with Buehler, but the Yankees grabbed him out of South Carolina at number 16, 7 places ahead of where the Dodgers selected him.
And he's proven to be worth the wait. A couple Ks in this game.
This is the pitch that Freddie Freeman will see the next time up. The left-handers, that's the breaking ball that falls off the table. They think, when you think away, and he establishes a way, then he comes in with that breaking ball. It is very difficult to hit. That will be the key for tonight.
And these Dodgers have just hammered hard stuff all postseason. The cutter that Freeman hit for the home run. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kike Hernandez. 1 out of 6 in this World Series. Tripled and scored in the first game. One and two.
Talked to Dave Roberts, and I felt this before I asked him the question. When teams come into this stadium, sometimes this stadium messes up the swing and the approach because it's so tempting to loft the ball in the air because of these short porches. He said, my team has the right approach, and I totally agree. They don't just lift and separate.
A fastball with teeth. Strikes out Hernandez. 1-2-3 second for Clark Schmidt. And by Chevrolet, together let's drive. The city has hosted so many World Series games throughout the years, from the Polo Grounds to Old Yankee Stadium, which is just across the street right there, lit up with the new or old fields over there. 104 games here in the Bronx. First one since 2009 here tonight. Strike or ball one on Jazz Chisholm. Walker Buehler in a 2-0 game 3.
Well, Jazz is electricity, and he needs to get on base. He has a really big swing, and his swing has gotten bigger in this stadium trying to have that home run.
Ahead 2-0.
But if he shows that kind of patience and makes the pitcher come to him, then he becomes a threat, a dual threat. Not only getting a hit, but then once he gets on, stealing bases.
It's been fun watching him flash some of that exciting style in this World Series. 3 hits, 3 stolen bases in the Yankees' long postseason history. He's the first guy to do that. The 3 steals in game 1. Had the Dodgers not had that late comeback, that would have been a bigger headline as he upturned that game.
He doesn't get too big with this swing. 3-1 count, pretty much fastball is what you're looking over the middle of the plate.
It was a fastball. He had one to hit and popped it up. Hernandez, 1 away. Play the MLB playoffs. Fox Super 6 Challenge today. It's free to play. Go download the Fox Sports app, make your picks for a chance to win your share of 20 grand in cash prizes.
It's going to be hard for pitchers to live in the 3-1 category against these teams. Now that's a bonus out for Walker Buehler because he got behind to a pretty decent hitter with power, and he got a pop-up. So that speaks to the value of his fastball right now.
Maybe back to what you're talking about, that long layoff. I mean, this fastball's look totally different than it did prior to this 12 days off.
It really has. He has late life. And what late life is, for those of you who don't understand what that means, the hitter's perception of the fastball is on him quicker than what their timing allows for it. So in other words, the ball just gets that late jump, and the hitters just miss it, pop it up, or swing and miss.
Anthony Volpe, bases empty, 1 away. Good. Walker Buehler gets the call there on a cutter, and it's 1-2. Third World Series start for the 30-year-old from Lexington, Kentucky, who's home of the 1-2, and it's down and away. Some guys they get elevated this time of year, and this time of year has always brought out the best in Buehler. Game 3 against the Red Sox in 2018. Game 3 against the Rays in 2020. Struck out 10. Just 1 run allowed in 14 World Series innings. A little bit low. Count goes full.
And you know he's appreciating the journey that has got him here. 2 Tommy John surgeries. Not an easy thing to have happen. And you hope, and he hopes, that he's got a long career and no more surgeries.
His payoff to Volpe is cut on and missed. Life back to that fastball. That looks like the old Walker Buehler.
Sure does. Now so far 3-2 counts, 3-1 counts. It hasn't mattered. The fastball is getting to the point where the hitters who are struggling, he's keeping them struggling.
Volpe now 0 for 9 in this series. Strike 1 on Anthony Rizzo, and there's all this talk about Judge has to get going, and he does, but the bottom of this lineup, John, 6 through 9, 3 for 30. Rizzo takes outside. Tom was telling us before the game, Anthony Rizzo led a meeting a few hours before the game. It's a guy who's been here before, down 3-1 with the Cubs. Took charge and delivered a message. It was short, but impactful for these Yankees.
It's the best I've seen Walker Buehler throw a baseball this year. So to your point, if he likes cold,
Sure looks like
he's thriving in it.
He said he had a couple years at Vanderbilt. You think SEC, warm weather, but pitched really early on where it was always cold. Breaking pitch to finish off Rizzo. Since the leadoff walk to Torres, 6 up and 6 down for Walker Buehler. One of them in this game already from Freddie Freeman in the first inning. The Dodgers have a 2-0 lead. 9-1-2 coming up in the third. This is Tommy Edman. Home run and a double in game 2 and 5 consecutive multi-hit games, which is one shy of the postseason record.
There's a lot of things you can talk about before the season or series and try to predict. Some of the things that are happening, I don't think you could have predicted. That's what makes playoffs actually awesome.
Yeah, you got Tommy Edman adding his name to a list of guys like Soler and Steve Pearce and David Justice, Ricky Henderson through the years, guys that have been acquired mid-season and then made their mark in the postseason. His may be especially surprising when you consider that he didn't play at all until mid-August this year. He had elbow surgery at the end of last season, injured his ankle while he was coming back. He's got a full pitch walk to open this third, the same way Ohtani opened the game.
Well, the one thing you got to give the Dodgers credit, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, they got so many resources to do things. They look for a particular player that fits what they're trying to do, and they just don't swing like crazy. They don't expand the zone, and they're tough to navigate in 9 innings. You can shut them down for 5 innings, but they wear you down offensively.
Yeah, right now it seems like, John, the boom is nice, right? They're hitting all these home runs, but it's the fact that it's boom without bust that makes it so tough. They are not striking out.
And that's the key at this time of the year, facing the pitching and putting the ball in play and creating pressure.
All right, so the star of this Dodger show comes up to the plate here in Shohei Ohtani. And that same mobility and flexibility that helps him be so explosive can lead to what happened on Saturday with that shoulder popping out. Some of that he's born with. Some of it comes from his days as a swimmer. That was his first love growing up in Japan. And go figure, he was a champion at that. Tom Verducci said that his coach, his swimming coach, thought that he could have been an Olympian as a swimmer if he decided to go that route. Pretty good choice he made going baseball. Seen 5 pitches, none of them close from Schmidt.
First inning erratic. After the home run, he got locked in. 13 out of 20 strikes. Now back to that erratic part of the command. He's got to hone that back in, or it's going to be a shorter outing.
Here's his 1-0. That is outside ball 2. No matter what Ohtani's feeling, whether that swing is good or not, just his presence in the box seems to be altering Schmidt. 7th pitch that he's thrown to Ohtani, trying to find the strike zone for the first time. He does.
Yeah, if nobody knew, let's say something happened and the world didn't know that Ohtani was hurt. If he stood in the box and never swung, the pitcher wouldn't know that, and he may walk him 2 times.
On this 2-1, he swings and misses. Good knuckle curve right there. '54 home runs in the regular season, 3 of them in the postseason. 1 hit in this World Series was a big one. That doubled in the 8th inning of Game 1. Edman dancing around at first, looked like he was going to take off, and this is something to check tonight, John. Jose Trevino starting for Austin Wells behind the plate. 80% success rate against him in stolen bases during the regular season. In the 1 game he started in the postseason, the Guardians ran wild. He goes. Ohtani chops one right side. It'll keep him out of the double play. Torres to get Ohtani. Well, he had his first swing. Has that arm in place. If you happen to just be tuning in, you may look at that and say, oh boy, that doesn't look good. He's holding the arm up. We've seen him do that throughout this game, just intentionally keeping it as stable as he can. Runner at second, 1 away. Here's Mookie Betts. Lays off, ball one.
Big batter here for Clark Schmidt, because I think that Aaron Boone is going to take the bat out of Freddie Freeman's hand. I think he will. I think he'll walk him and pitch to Teoscar. I mean, pick your poison, but right now Freddie has been locked in with the power stroke.
And a key batter, because you really can only do that if you get bats.
That's right. I mean, it's the biggest interesting statement when you say there's a base open, because usually that's referring to first base. But if Mookie walks, there's still a base open. It happens to be third base.
Yeah, how bad do you not want to face the next guy? Clark Schmidt, one thing he's done really well this year, he's the best pitcher in baseball with men on base. Boone's kind of a reflection of that mindset of his, a competitive and confident guy that he is. Doesn't matter how up against it he looks. He thinks he's going to get out of it. His 2-1 is swatted foul, 2-2.
Well, coming into this, one of the struggles he did have was leadoff batters, and that has shown itself in the couple innings already. And that leadoff batter in a postseason game is like 10 times more important than a regular season game,
because that stress is 10 times more stressful.
Exactly right.
2-2. Pop up. Does Rizzo have room? He doesn't quite. Reaching as far as he can.
It's another reason why this ballpark's such a hitter's park. There's no foul territory. So even that right there would have been caught in about, I don't know, guesstimating half of the parks. And as a hitter, you dream of these things, because there's a lot of foul balls that end up getting caught that won't be caught here.
Dodger Stadium, most likely. That's playable ball for Rizzo. So fresh life here for Mookie Betts. Edman at second, one away. 2-2 pitch. Schmidt tries it again. Count goes full.
Well, this was a great pitch, and it put a lot of pressure on Mookie. It's a ball, but it's a great pitch. And this goes to show you the discipline and just the hand-eye coordination of Mookie Betts.
On this payoff, Betts swats it foul. Do it again. We've talked about this as this postseason has gone on, but all the attention for Shohei Ohtani and then lately Freddie Freeman's heroics, Betts somehow gets lost in the shuffle. But an 8-time All-Star, former MVP himself, one of the best players in baseball. Trying to add on for the Dodgers here in the third. 2 wins away from their first full season title in 36 years. Three-two. Defensive swing, poked into right field. Soto's not going to get there. Mookie Betts finds a way to bring in Tommy Edman, and the Dodgers lead 3-0.
I'll tell you what, Edman either had the greatest view and the greatest jump and just decided he was going to get doubled off. What a great break by him, and an inside-out swing that drops in. He sees it and he takes off. And once that is happening, he doesn't even have to worry if it's caught or not, because he's either going to be out or safe.
Oh, ball on Freeman. Yeah, that completes the picture for the Dodger offense, because they turned into a pretty home run reliant team the last few games, but whatever the situation calls for right there from Mookie Betts. Now Freeman, who's homered in all 3 games in this World Series after his first inning blast. Waits on a 1-0. And a ball 2.
I tell you, with the pitch clock, watch this with Clark. He's taking his time and running the clock down to a point where if the base stealer can use that to his advantage. And normally you get on the mound with at least the opportunity to throw a pitch before 5 seconds, 4 seconds, but it's getting down to 1 almost in this inning. And so the base runner can see that too. The hitter sees it, the pitcher sees it, but this is the trend where it typically gets close to the end.
Got a good lead over there, not going. 16 out of 18 stolen bases for Betts this year. He's got another one in the postseason. There's a strike. Freddie Freeman more extra base hits himself than the Yankees have as a team. He's got Betts at third, 1 away, and a check on Betts, who had that lead sized up perfectly. Now 3-1. Freeman takes ball 4. Third walk issued by Schmidt. Now Freddie Freeman, as we take a look at StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, had those 2 home runs with the Braves in the World Series, and he's homered at all 3 World Series games as a Dodger.
Well, they've made mistakes to him, and he has made them pay. All in the inner half part of the plate, in on the zone, and he has been on it. That's locked in.
Dedicated that grand slam swing to his dad, Fred. He said, my swing is because of him. My approach is because of him. I am who I am because of him. All the batting practice they did through the days growing up in Southern California, and he's added his name to Dodger postseason lore.
You just appreciate the significance of this. You understand the history of it. It's amazing to be a part of it, and hopefully we can put up another banner here in Dodger Stadium.
Third season with the Dodgers, a guy that never thought he'd play for another team. His whole career in Atlanta, things fell through there unceremoniously at the end. It was tough for Freeman coming over to the Dodgers, but feeling right at home these days. Strike on Tasker Hernandez. Big spot here for Clark Schmidt, trying to keep the Yankees right in this game.
Yeah, he needs a ground ball or a strikeout badly. Ground ball would get him out of the inning if it's hit to the right person, because there isn't much time left for him in this game if he doesn't command the baseball.
High pop up left side. There's Volpe. Infield fly is called, 2 out.
And again, to reiterate what we talked about before the series started, the starting pitching was supposed to be an advantage for the New York Yankees. They have 4 starters. They actually have more than 4. One of them's in the pen. But the Dodgers don't have any choices. So they got 2 great performances already, and looks like a third out of Buehler, which tomorrow is a bullpen game.
Pretty even the first game of this series. Garrett Cole was fantastic.
Yeah, was.
But you look on paper, Yamamoto against Rodon. That's a start. If you're the Yankees, you feel like you have the edge. And you got Yamamoto going 6 1/3, just 1 hit. Rodon gives up 4 runs in 3 1/3. Muncy with 2 away takes a ball. And so far tonight, Buehler way better than Schmidt. Muncy's looking for his first hit of this World Series. He was all over the bases in the championship series, but 0 for 7, 4 Ks against the Yankees. 2 on, 2 out. 1-0.
And again, only 2 hits, but the 2 walks have led to the 3 runs, and both being
leadoff 4-pitch walks.
Yeah. You just cannot get away with that a lot in the postseason.
And it's not something that you'd seen with him. He walked a couple over those first 2 starts. But as the Dodgers have done to so many pitchers who have never had control, command problems, Making him work. Deep counts. Taking a bunch of walks. 2-2 on Muncy. It was a 2-out burst for the Dodgers that did it in game 2. A 9-pitch flash in the 3rd inning of that game. Single, homer. Trying to do it with 2 outs right here. Running the bank on Betts' base hit. Freeman at first with a walk. Schmidt and Trevino having a hard time getting on the same page. Bullpen's getting ready. That's Mark Leiter Jr. Already 64 pitches from Schmidt, who's not thrown more than 78 this postseason. Runners to get a head start here. 30th pitch of the inning is a payoff to Muncy, and it's fouled off.
You hit that mark in an inning where it's never good and never comfortable. 30 pitches in an inning usually doesn't bode well. And you don't want to get higher than that.
Down the line, foul. Nice play over there. It's another long at bat. This will be the 8th pitch coming to Muncy. Said, "I got you." The audio technician right behind her. She'd savor that play. That's at second. Freeman at first. There they go. Here it comes. Muncy takes ball 4, bases loaded. And that is going to do it for Schmidt. He lasts only 2 2/3, gives up only 2 hits, but the 4 walks spell his demise. And Aaron Boone has to go to the bullpen here. Chasing it in the series, now going to have to chase it in this game. Down 2-0 in the series, down 3-0 in the game after Mookie Betts says, "Get off me, ball." And the Dodgers grow the lead 3-0. Fourth-ranked Ohio State squares off against third-ranked Penn State. One of the biggest games of the year, and it all starts at 10 a.m. Eastern with big noon kickoff from Happy Valley, followed by Ohio State and Penn State at noon on Fox. Bases loaded for the Dodgers. Will Smith against Mark Leiter, who delivers ball 1.
Well, tough scenario to come in with the bases loaded, trying to make perfect pitches. Clark Schmidt was not able to get that last out.
Leiter, who pitched in game 2, at a perfect inning. Gets this one by Smith. John, I go back to what you mentioned. Not much foul ground here. Anthony Rizzo that close to making the catch. That was during the Mookie Betts at bat. The little things in the postseason. He was inches away from ending the inning. Dodgers have gotten a run since and gotten the starter out of the game. Smith ahead 2-1. And this crowd restless. Ball 3 on Smith and nowhere to put him.
Well, this is the part that's tough for a reliever to come in. He hasn't found his rhythm, and you ask him to get the rhythm right away with no room for error. Nowhere to put him.
Trevino's telling him step off. Only 1 hit in this inning, but 3 walks drawn by the Dodgers. Leiter to Smith. 3-1 pitch. Caught the corner. 3-2. Can Leiter make a pitch here? Bases loaded, 2 out. A 3-2 is grounded back to him. He sawed him off and got out of the bases loaded jam. Leiter, a key appearance right there. Keeps it 3-0.
Schmidt, 68 pitches to get you 8 outs. What did you see from him?
Yeah, just struggled with his control a little bit. Stuff was fine. Obviously 4-pitch walk to start the game with Shohei, and then just struggled to reel it in. Had some swing and miss going, but not his normal command.
Aaron, you guys are seeing a healthy version of Freddie Freeman. How does the calculus change now? How to deal with him?
Yeah, there's no question. He's getting some good swings off. Looked like he tried to backdoor a cutter the first time ahead in the count and just leaked over the heart of the plate, and he didn't miss it.
Thanks so much, Aaron.
All right.
8-9-1 for the Yankees here. Jose Trevino leads off against Buehler, buckles his knees, and gets ahead 0-2. Trevino getting the start with Wells, 4 for 41 in this postseason. Trevino just 1 for 3. His lone hit was a home run against the Guardians. He's down on 3 pitches here, and Walker Buehler's got his 4th K.
Again, you got to give credit to the Los Angeles Dodgers, their game planning and their pitching, because statistically, this was not the team, the New York Yankees, that what they're showing in the postseason.
9-hitter Verdugo, strike 1. And that's the thing. It's like, if you're the Yankees, this is so frustrating because it's not like, hey, you got to change it. You got to be who you've been all year. They just haven't when it's mattered most. And the one advantage that was clear for the Yankees coming in was the starting pitching. They've gotten just 12 innings from their starting pitchers. 6 of those came from Cole in game 1, but 3 1/3 from Rodon, even shorter than that from Schmidt here in game 3. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Again, I know the regular season's totally different, but you build a resume based on the regular season. And the Yankees had the lowest swing rate in all of baseball in the American League, right? And they were able to do things that walk, slug, and they just have been chasing a lot and doing things that are uncharacteristically not what was part of their DNA for the regular season. Yeah, pressure can do that, but you sometimes got to give the other team credit for executing too.
Walker Buehler, 2 best games of the year coming at the most important time, both coming in New York. Mets in the championship series, and so far this one against the Yankees in the World Series, and he struck out 4 in a row.
I mean, he just threw a 2-seamer for the ages right there. Started in. You see the hitter buckle, and it was tremendous movement back for a strike.
Can't you just see it, the look in his face right now that he is feeling?
Oh, look, this is one of the guys that you want on the mound when he's healthy. He is the definition of a big game pitcher from what he thinks, his DNA, the way he goes about it.
There's strike 1 on Torres. Continues to get ahead of these Yankees hitters. That's outside, 1-1.
And what happens where there's a little bit of trouble is when your DNA tells you one thing, but your body's not quite ready for that, right? And early in the postseason, he wasn't as sharp, wasn't have the extension, and he was still trying to pitch like he was throwing tonight. And that's the adjustment pitchers have to go through from time to time.
What he said, John, is that at this point it's whatever it takes, and it's not going to be that same thing every night where he used to bully hitters with his fastball. He finally came to grips with the fact that he may have that some nights, but he's going to have to figure it out start by start, inning by inning, hitter by hitter. There's 2-1 to Torres upstairs.
Well, he started out the windup in Citi Field, and it lasted only a couple batters, and he's been out of the stretch since. So it's simplified his mechanics to where nobody on, he's still pitching out of the stretch ever since that game.
Just misses here. Second walk for Torres. Yankees have 2 base runners. Both times Torres taking a walk. And now Soto. Man, do they need something.
Yeah, they do. And they're pitching him, and he's not expanding the zone. But again, I would expect him to be aggressive here on the first pitch. And it was nowhere close. The one thing about Soto that I got to give him credit is, as much as you want him to slug, and he has slugged a lot here throughout the year, he's not going to try so hard and swing so much outside the zone.
Bouncing ball to first, and Freeman, who takes it to the bag and ends this inning. A walk from Torres, but that's it. 3-0 after 3.
No extra base hits the first 2 rounds, a home run in each game of the World Series. What changed?
Yeah, you know what, I think right now he's feeling as good as he's felt in the last, since the injury. He's being able to stay firm on his front side, and, they made some mistakes with the heater in, so, he made him pay and took a really good swing.
Walker Buehler was very good in Game 3 of the NLCS. Is this the best you've seen him this year?
Yeah, it is. I think right now he's on a heater. I think right now this is as confident as I've seen him. Tonight, this is as good as I think his stuff has been as far as the compilation of his stuff, the fastball command, the life to the fastball, the cutter, the curveball, the sweeper, whatever. So, yeah, he's throwing the baseball really well right now.
Last thing, how is Ohtani?
Shohei's doing all right. Just him being in the batter's box certainly is a presence, and he's grinding, and he's not feeling his best, but, whatever percent of Shohei is better than most people. So I just commend him for posting.
Dave, thanks a lot. Joe, back to you.
All right, Kenny. 3 balls, 1 strike on Gavin Lux. Bottom of the Dodger lineup here in the 4th inning against Mark Leiter Jr. Dave Robertson, his 9th year as the manager, looking for his 2nd ring. He navigated the Dodgers through the onslaught of injuries this year to 98 wins, the most in baseball. That's a leadoff walk for Lux, the 3rd leadoff walk in 4 innings for LA.
Yeah, first pitch strikes have been a trouble for the Yankees pitchers tonight. And when you get behind the Dodgers and they're in hitters counts, they are dangerous. Just like the Yankees are dangerous, but they're controlling the narrative. Each team's controlling the narrative to put the pressure on the other team. Dodgers are doing it perfectly. Yankees feel like they're climbing uphill and working harder and harder to try to scratch back in this game.
Hernandez takes a ball. The Yankees trying to do what they did in 1978, what they did in 1956, trying to repeat those comeback wins against the Dodgers in the World Series. 4 times in this series alone, a team has come back from down 2-0. The Yankees in 1956 did it with a perfect game from Don Larson as the headline. Game 7, Yogi Berra, 2 home runs. And then in 1978, the last time the Yankees beat the Dodgers in the Fall Classic from down 2-0 to win 4 in a row and win that series. That famously turned in Game 4 on that controversial no call with Reggie Jackson sticking his hip out into the throw from Bill Russell. Yankees came back in that game, won the next 2 to win that series. I mentioned it off at the top, but 10 times in World Series history, teams erased a 2-0 deficit, and the Yankees responsible for 4 of those. Should I stop there, John? Should I not go any farther with the Yankees?
I think we've covered it. I think we've covered it. That is, you did a great job.
All right, put a period on it and move on. Last time that it happened is the one that I know keeps you up at night still.
Still does.
Hernandez bangs the ball to right center field, a base hit. Lux headed for 3rd. Soto's throw not in time, and the Dodgers have him cornered with nobody out.
Just a good piece of hitting here. Level swing, right center, not trying to do too much. The sense and the calm of the lineup for the Dodgers Yeah, it's a little easier to play when you're up 2-0. Don't get me wrong, but their approach hasn't wavered this whole postseason, and that's why they're on top. They're not swinging and missing a ton, and they're hitting mistakes.
Tommy Edman, the hitter. Chisholm on the grass at third. Edman shows bunt, takes strike one. Slugging cleanup hitter against left-handers. Pesky 9-hitter against righties.
Well, now the defense has a ton of options they got to protect against.
Squares again, lays it down. Leiter's going to come home with it. Got him at the plate. Trevino tags Lux. Dodgers are taking a peek in the video room. Their bench coach, Danny Lehman, says challenge. What a great shot this is going to be.
He's going to be safe.
You think so?
Yeah.
Los Angeles is challenging the out call at home plate.
He got his hand underneath the guard right there.
Replay review presented by Zoom.
See, to the umpire, it looks like his leg blocked the hand from getting to home plate.
It's kind of what I was thinking from that first view, but can you be sure that it didn't?
Yeah, I think the one view that we showed earlier, blocking the plate is going to be something you can't do either. You know, you're not supposed to. The throw can take you there, but if you drop your knee.
Now they'll also, John, give it some leeway on a bang play with a ball hit in the infield where it's going to be very tough for the catcher to clear, get in front of the plate. So the Yankees would have that in their advantage in a blocking the plate situation. I see what you're saying. I just don't know if, with the call being out, if that shows enough to say that he did get under the leg. That's a great look right there.
That's the one I was talking about. That's the one that looked like he got his hand in there underneath the leg.
After review, the call in the field stands. The runner is out. Los Angeles has one remaining challenge.
But that last look was the one where you could make a case to overturn it. You make a case for it being indisputable, but the call stands, and it's a big one.
Well, the luxury of that play, regardless of the outcome, we now know it's an out. You got first and second with Ohtani coming up. And they're going to make a pitching change to face Ohtani.
Going to call it Nestor Cortez. The Leiter comes on, got out of that bases loaded jam, but leaves some traffic for Cortez to clean up.
65. Nestor Cortez. 65.
In second, Shohei Ohtani at the plate, and it's Nestor Cortez, who retired Ohtani on one pitch in the 10th inning in Game 1. One pitch later, that game ended. One of the big reasons the Yankees were so excited to get him healthy, get him back, was for these situations facing Ohtani. It was 2 out of 13 in his career against Cortez.
Cortez is funky, and as a starter, he gives you different looks, different pitches. And we talked about it in that game. He had been out of action for a long time. What a tough spot for him.
Here's his 0-1 pitch.
Ball down.
Doesn't get the call. Ohtani playing one game after his shoulder pops out of place. Walked and scored in the first inning. Grounded out in the third. On this 1-1. Takes a strike. Perfect pitch.
Well, the pitcher didn't like the previous one. The hitter didn't like the latter one. And I think now there's room for a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate if Cortez wants to go to it. Just needed to cover more of that plate. Put that pressure on Ohtani.
Hernandez is second. Edman at first. On a 2-2, Ohtani takes ball 3. Carlson's been consistent, not giving the pitchers that low strike. Ohtani patiently gets his way into this full count. And then pops it foul. That's the kind of swing that may be tough on the shoulder if there is one.
Well, when you swing and miss, you figure that he'd rather make contact than not. But there's the swing, and then you see a little bit of that extension, right? Whenever you've got to go the other way, you have to extend more with that back shoulder.
Cortez gets him to chase, strike 3. And another one of those swings that'll expose that shoulder.
Yeah, this one's out of the zone. He gets his left hand off the bat really quickly right here, trying to go get it.
And you wonder, watching these swings here, can Ohtani keep going? 3 games in 3 days here. The Yankees can force that 5th. Betts with 2 out. Cracks a fly ball to left field. Verdugo twists around and makes the grab. Nestor Cortez hoping he can shift the momentum, breathe some life back into this place. Can his offense pick up where he leaves off? Seven Ks in this World Series after Buehler got him to fish after a cutter his first time.
Yeah, he's looking for just any kind of, when a hitter hears that sound, even if it doesn't result in a hit, sometimes clicks a hitter back.
There's the high drive to left field and just got it off the end of the bat. That'd be an example of hearing that sound, but maybe not getting anything out of it.
And that's just the timing of Aaron Judge. You can tell he's just trying so much to get reconnected to the form in the regular season. This one looked like it would get him going. The first one in the zone, but off the end of the bat.
Buehler breathes a sigh of relief. Yankees still looking for their first hit against Walker Buehler. Giancarlo Stanton, strike 1. Fastball has had the swing and miss back to it like it has not this year. In his first year after missing almost 2 full seasons following his second Tommy John surgery. That's hooked towards the left field corner. Going to give the Yankees their first knock of the ball game. Hernandez to get it on the track. Giancarlo Stanton into second with a double. And finally, these folks with something to get excited about.
Well, this crowd is doing their part. Started in the beginning of the game, but got the air taken out of the 2-run homer. The Yankees, when they are at their best, they slug. And they hit with runners in scoring position.
That part's been missing for pretty much this whole postseason. Just a $174 with runners in scoring position. Jazz Chisholm trying to change that. Get him on the board in game 3. Backdoor curve, strike 1. Line drive right field. Betts comes on and makes a diving play. Had to recover from a first step that took him back and did so to make the grab for out number 2.
Well, we talked about these two teams and how good they are. I would give the advantage to the Dodgers and their outfield defense for sure because of Mookie Betts. He's played center field, but he can play shortstop. He's just a great defender. And there's not a lot of right fielders that would have made that play. As much as that ball was sinking,
Volpe takes a strike. And defense, throughout this series has been a separator between these teams. Yankees probably win game 1 if they make the plays that they should.
Yeah, there were some plays in that game that really turned the outcome. This is the guy. This is the guy that can get a big hit and change things in a hurry. He has been off in this series, but he had a good series previous. And that time off, Aaron Boone loved the adjustments that Volpe had made.
Yeah, he reached in all 9 games first 2 series. He's looking for his first hit of this World Series.
Yeah, and again, I don't want this statement to make it seem like it's easy, but he has to find action in right field. He's got to get going with a pitch. They're pitching him away, and he's swinging and missing and breaking balls away. This one is almost 100% should be a breaking ball based on everything that the Dodgers have seen from the Yankees hitters.
Fastball.
Wow. I know the idea is when your fastball is good and electric that you can beat the hitter, but he hasn't shown you the ability to stay off the pitch away with break.
Another 2-2 to Volpe. Hooks it into left field. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Stanton. Here comes Hernandez's throw. It is in time. Perfectly thrown. Teoscar Hernandez cuts down Stanton at home plate.
Again, defense executed perfectly. Wow.
The guy known for his bat shows off the arm and the smile, and the pitcher doing it again in the World Series. Welcome back to the 2024 World Series on Fox, presented by Capital One, as Freddie Freeman takes a ball from Nestor Cortez, who was not about to give him a first pitch fastball over the plate. Freeman, another home run. He's homered in all 3 games in this Fall Classic. There's a fastball cut on and miss. Cortez came on, was able to get out of the 4th inning, leave the bases loaded, striking out Ohtani, getting Betts to line out. Oh, no. Ball's behind Freeman, 2-1. The Yankees look like we're about to capitalize on him getting out of that. Get their first run of the game. Looked like a sure thing on that 2-out base hit. Stanton thrown out at home, though. Soft ground ball to third for Jazz Chisholm, and he makes an error. And the defensive disparity between these teams grows. On one side, you've got an error. On the other side, you've got this.
Yeah, Stanton maybe not the most fleet of foot, but it definitely didn't help that he didn't get the greatest jump, and the throw was right on target.
94 miles per hour. Teoscar Hernandez's fastest throw of the year. He says, I got him. Now he's at the plate. Lofton one foul. He's back in the city where he first flexed his big game muscles for these Dodgers earlier this season. A 3-game series at Yankee Stadium where he had 3 home runs, knocked in 9, had a game-winning double in extras. Cranks this ball on the line to center field, but Judge is there.
Well, the throw is what every left fielder dreams of when you can throw it right on line. It's just a perfect crow hop. And the angle and the ball that Smith can come up the line, meet the throw, and make the tag like a middle infielder.
And there's that smile that's endeared him wherever he's gone. Houston to Toronto to Seattle last year to the Dodgers on this 1-year deal. Muncy up the middle. To the bag goes Torres for a double play. Rizzo able to hold the bag there. We're halfway home in game 3. In service, get more with Geico. Well, the famous faces and names in this series extend from the field to the broadcast booth. In some cases, like Phil Rizzuto, both those. The greatest ever to do it, Bronx-born, legendary Dodger announcer Vin Scully, who joined the Dodger booth in 1950, called his first World Series in 1953, the age of 25. Anthony Rizzo pops up the first pitch that Walker Buehler throws. Tumbles down to Mookie Betts for the first out of the 5th. The rewarding performance is sponsored by Capital One, and it's all about Walker Buehler in this game, who's given up just 2 hits.
Yeah, he's been great. On top of every pitch, throwing strikes and making big pitches when he's gotten to 3 balls and 2 strikes or 3 and 1.
Trevino, bases empty, 1 away, upstairs with a fastball. That's a guy in Buehler, debuted in 2017. One of the top young pitchers in the game. Forget the word young. I mean, there's a stretch there where he was one of the top pitchers, period. In fact, his first 5 seasons before he got hurt, he was 45-16. And the Major League ERA leaderboard went to DeGrom, Scherzer, Kershaw, Buehler.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Is 1-2. Trevino lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trevino struck out on 3 pitches his first time up there. On this 2-2, he's worked it full. Verdugo's on deck. Then it's the top of the Yankee lineup. Down 3-0 in the game. Down 2-0 in the series. Buehler's payoff. Checking with Tom Verducci.
Well, for Walker Buehler, this is a turn back the clock night. Before that second Tommy John surgery, he was known for an electric fastball. That's gone missing until tonight. 6 swings and misses on the heater in 4 innings. That's more than he's had in any game since 2021.
Top left side, won't be an easy play. Muncy gobbles and throws in time. A little help in the fact the catcher was running. 2 out. Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org and follow @playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Verdugo, bases empty, 2 out. Walker Buehler in the 2nd inning of his division series start gave up 6 runs. He was able to get through 5 innings in that game just without any kind of good stuff. Put up 3 zeros from there. That started a string where it's 11 consecutive scoreless innings. And at that point it looked like he was just fighting. Wound up being a huge deal because it kept the bullpen rested for the Penn game the next day that kept their season alive. But better and better each start in the postseason, and he's got this scoreless streak going. It's come out of the middle of nowhere.
Well, and I'll tell you what a difference a series makes, because the last series, even though they got some good outings, they weren't deep. You know, they got taken out before the 5th inning. These first 3 games, with 1 out to go, every starter will have gone at least 5.
Line drive, right center. Betts is there. Guy that he was once traded for. Lines out to him, and Walker Buehler's got a 1-2-3 5th.
Team has the most World Series titles.
There's a pretty good hint right there. These New York Yankees are trying to author a comeback from down 2-0 to get their 28. Jay Cousins into the game. He's on the outside corner with a strike to Will Smith.
65% of the time, he's going to use that slider.
3rd game of the World Series. He's pitched in all 3 of them. Gave up 2 runs in game 1. He pitched a scoreless inning in game 2. The guy they got from the White Sox for next to nothing this spring. 6, 7, and 8 for LA. Smith 0 for 2. to short, and Volpe. Walker Buehler, 5 shutout innings, gets hugs down there in the dugout. The top of the Yankees orders due up in the 6th, and you figure Dave Roberts is going to go for the kill with his top relief arm.
Yeah, and he's up 2-0 in the series and up 3-0. He's going to use every guy he has in the pen to lock this down and not take any chances at all.
How about Brusdar Graterol already be part of that conversation? Lux with 1 gone. Lux reached in a walk his last time and then was out on a bang play at home where went to review. The call stood that he was out. Somewhere Yogi's saying, hey, I think we finally got one back, because Yogi until his dying day argued that Jackie Robinson was out at home in Game 1 of the 1955 World Series when he stole home. Right on the corner, 1-2. One of the times the Yankees came back from down 2-0. Bear was at the back end of that. Game 7, 2 home runs against the Dodgers. The 1-2 from Cousins. Oh.
It's been amazing to watch when, it wasn't that long ago and we had the privilege of following the Dodgers the whole way. I mean, what a reversal after being down 2-1 to where they are right now to the Padres. I mean, that is.
Ouch. Lux wears this one. Got a hit with 2 strikes. Well, he's bold, he's brash, and now Craig Carton's teaming up with Danny Parkins and Mark Schlereth to start your day off with the best morning show on TV. Breakfast Ball tomorrow and every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern on FS1. Craig's in the house today as Kike Hernandez comes up. Yeah, I mean, this season was hanging by a thread, and I think if you were a betting man, you would have said Padres were going to wrap that thing up at home. Lux takes off on a wild pitch, diving into second. Who's going to have it either way? Dodgers had a bullpen game going before. That was a good thing.
Yeah, there was just the arrows were not pointing in the right way, and again, that's the difference of how things can flip. And right now, the Yankees were hoping they could be on the plus side of being up 3-0 to try to turn the series. Running out of time.
Up the middle, base hit center field. Dodgers trying to take advantage immediately of the stolen base. Judges throws not in time, and they do just that. Lux gets hit by a 2-strike pitch, takes 90 feet with a steal, and the little things continue to stack up in favor of the Dodgers.
Tell you what, that was not an easy trip around the bases for Lux.
He's limping like an NFL running back after a long drive.
Hey! Well, he's trying to get the view from behind, and now he sees it's going to be close. Hey!
Kike Hernandez, second hit of the ball game. Dodgers lead 4-0. And it's the bottom of the order getting it done again. One away, Tommy Edman, strike 1.
And again, the craziness of it, every run has resulted in something previous to not getting a hit. 2 walks, hit by bat. These are things you just can't gift a great team easy base runners. You just can't. And then, of course, the stolen base, and the next thing you know, it's 4-0. That's the one luxury that the Dodgers are going to have playing with the lead. They can be a little more aggressive. They can play a little more loose, even though he feels like he's been beat up.
Remember, he's already dealing with that hip issue. Kept him out of most of the championship series. Wave and a miss from Tommy Edman.
So he's going to slide in and beat the tag, but then catch a little bit of that. The catcher.
He is huffing and puffing.
Oh.
Now, since the Yankees took a 3-2 lead in the top of the 10th inning of Game 1, Dodgers have outscored them 12-2, outplaying them on the margins.
All out.
3 of the 4 runs today, to your point, coming in on walks and hit by pitches, with those guys at least reaching base. The one big swing, Freddie Freeman's home run. One in every game for Freeman.
Oh.
Making his case for World Series MVP as the Dodgers try to push the conversation in that direction here. Already leading 2 games to none and leading this game 4-0. There goes Hernandez. A swing and a miss from Edman. Trevino's throw in time. Strike him out, throw him out. Dave Roberts saying hang on. They're taking a peek here. You get 2 challenges in the postseason. They've already used one. And looks like they say play on. So Trevino cuts down Hernandez and ends this inning, but the Dodgers add a run on a Hernandez base hit. World Series. Ripped down the line. It is gone. Mookie Betts finds a way.
They not like us. They not like us.
Dodger bullpen goes to work. Top of the Yankees order. Strike 1 eased in there. 1-0-1 from Bruce Star Gratterall.
It just looks like everything he does is so well and live on.
Ho hum and then triple digits. 1 ball, 1 strike. He had not pitched in a month when he took the ball in Game 1 in the 7th inning. Pitched a scoreless inning. Balls behind Torres, 2-1. 26 years old out of Venezuela. Gratterall missed a lot of this season with a couple different injuries. Shoulder and then his hamstring.
Oh no.
He's behind. 3 balls, 1 strike. The Yankees trying to find a crack in the armor here. Doesn't matter how good the Dodger bullpen has been. They're happy to have Walker Buehler out of the game. 5 scoreless innings. And the Dodger starters have won that war in this series. Yankees starters 8 runs in the 3 games. 8 runs in 12 innings. But the Dodgers have gotten from Buehler today, the 5 scoreless, 6 1/3, just 1 hit from Yamamoto. Flaherty was excellent in Game 1. Over to the bullpen here. Gratterall's payoff. Torres chops one to second for Gavin Lux. 1 away. Well, if tonight's game ends in a walk-off, Capital One will donate an additional $10,000 to the Jackie Robinson Foundation as part of the Capital One walk-off program. To date, Capital One has donated more than $1 million to the foundation to support its programs and initiatives, and the Yankees fans are hoping and praying that they're donating $10,000 more tonight. Soto, bases empty, 1 away. 0 for 2 in this game.
He's giving you an example of why no matter what you throw at him, no matter how hard it is, his ability is so far beyond his age to recognize pitches. Right.
Stubborn as they come up there. There's that stare and that shuffle. Not only is he one of the best players in baseball, it's some of the best theater in baseball with a Soto shuffle and the stare. Stare, he's going to win the mind game either way, right? You stare back and you're going to see that fearlessness. You avoid his glance. He knows he's already got you beat. On this 3-1, he takes outside and has a walk. and shoots a look and a smile out there at Gratterall. So here is Judge.
Aaron Judge's first at bat. We get to show you the swing pass. You see how that cutter was outside, but then watch the swing path. It's absolutely balls by you, right? He's swinging up. And then the second at bat, the swing path gets to the ball, but it's at the end of the ball. So he's getting closer to the point where you just are waiting for that one moment for this crowd, for that team to erupt if he gets one of those.
Quick word from Capital One.
What's been the highlight of your career?
And that'd have to be
Bank guy.
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
What's in your wallet?
And pretty awesome, this Yankee Stadium crowd showers him with cheers still as he tries to find his way out of the worst time slump. 1 ball, no strikes. One of the best regular seasons we've ever seen. Up the middle, Gratterall knocks it down, guns it to second, a high throw, but Edmonds able to tow the bag. Soto says, I don't know, encourages his manager to take a look. Gratterall stuck with the triple digits out there to second. And Tommy Edman needed every inch of his reach to pluck it.
Well, he does a good job with his toe. Once he gets the throw.
Two outs and it's Stanton. He's got one of their 2 hits in this game, a double in the 4th. Tommy Edman continues to make his mark on this series in so many different ways. Whether that's at the plate hitting 4th or hitting 9th, whether it's in the field bouncing between short and center. Power against power matchup here. 1-2.
4-0 lead. Gratterall was playing with fire there, just nonchalantly. That's what we talk about. But he got it done. He threw it over the bag and they made the play, but that could have been ugly.
It's funny, we're asking Dave Roberts about that. Like, you got to be going crazy watching him field it with a bare hand. And they said, yeah. But it's also, that's the kind of window in his personality that allows him to thrive the way he does in situations where maybe he shouldn't. Up the middle, it's a base hit to center. Second of the game for Stanton. Well, the Yankees have multiple runners on base for the first time in this game, and Jazz Chisholm coming up. That's going to do it for Gratterall. Alex Vesia is ready for Chisholm. So the Dodger defense continuing to play a role in this game. That's at a diving catch earlier, just kind of a footnote in it all. The big play was Teoscar Hernandez cutting down Stanton at home, and so the Yankees are still looking for their first run of the day. They got a 2-out chance when you come back. Wow, the Yankees trying to come back down 4-0. Cloud giving them an 8% chance. They're a good comeback team during the regular season, and as always, thanks to Google Cloud for powering these real-time insights. Alex Vesia got the first 1-pitch save in World Series history in Game 2. On to face Chisholm. 2 on and 2 out. 1 ball, no strikes.
Can spin it, and it's hard for left-handers to pick up that spin. Made one mistake, lefty on lefty to Chisholm, and he got a base hit on a fastball.
Chisholm's 0 for 2 today. Hit it hard his last time. On this 1-0 pitch. Ahead now 2-0. Volpe waits on deck. Neither one of these teams very good with runners in scoring position in this series. Dodgers have had the power to overcome that. The Yankees haven't had either dimension. 2-0. Strike one.
That was the pitch right there.
He's had a couple today.
Yeah. 2-0 fastball. Smokes his foot. Ankle.
Inches his way back in there. Found himself in a spot that didn't look like he'd find himself in. Coming over from the 100-loss Marlins at the deadline. Key spot in the World Series here. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 6th. A 2-1 pitch. Chisholm up the middle. Lux is there. On a bounce, he goes to second and ends the 6th. Dodgers 4, Yankees nothing. Back after a word from your local Fox station. Roberto Clemente by presenting the 2024 Roberto Clemente Award to Salvador Perez. Presented by Capital One for his positive contributions on and off the field. Go to MLBtogether.com to learn more. Shohei Ohtani jumps out of the way of Tim Hill's first pitch. Hill on to face the top of the Dodger order. 4-0 game, top of the 7th inning. Ohtani, a walk today. 0 for 2. Some awkward swings with that shoulder bugging him. Native of Oshu, Japan. Takes high. And back in Oshu, they got the Thunder Sticks cheering him on. Northern part of the country, up in the rolling hills, rolling farmlands. Now, the last World Series game here at Yankee Stadium, Game 6, 2009, Hideki Matsui homered and drove in 6 to wrap up the MVP, wrap up the series for the Yanks. And Shohei was a 15-year-old back in Oshu watching and dreaming of one day being like Matsui. Broke his home run record for a Japanese-born player earlier this year. They're now trying to join him by starring in the World Series and by winning a World Series in his first year in LA.
You would just think, with all that's going on, just holding the bat up with that back shoulder would be enough to just cause tension. He has such a unique style, but it was what makes him so lightning quick, because he's strong, lanky.
Side spinning pop up left side. Chisholm.
Well, Google Cloud, smarter stats with AI. Look, 15 million data points in 0.3 seconds. That's what we get the benefit of on all these stats. Up to date, that's how quick it is, Joe. Like a flash.
That is the most fired up I've ever heard you about numbers.
Well, you ask, you get it.
Yes. Hey, you gave it to us. Mookie Betts. Ball 1. 1 out of 3. Knocked in a run in the 3rd inning. All right. 1 ball, 1 strike. Betts now 14 runs batted in this postseason. It's tied for the lead. Tied with Giancarlo Stanton and Mark Vientos to the Mets for the most runs knocked in, as he tries to become the first active player with 3 rings. 1 with the Red Sox, 1 with the Dodgers in 20.
Lots of sinkers out of the low angle 3/4 lefty.
A walk to Betts. That is 6 walks for the Dodgers in this game. So they only had a few over the first 2 games. Fan Cam sponsored by Coca-Cola, Zero Sugar. These folks unquestionably so fired up for this game. The first World Series game here in 15 years. There was an amazing energy and buzz at the start of the game. But this guy right here, Freddie Freeman, you were talking about the Yankees throwing a shock to the system, get the game started, keep the crowd in it. Freeman did it instead for LA.
He did, and set the tone early.
Fouled that ball. Was that off his bad ankle? Oh, boy. Oh, man.
Top of the foot there, and man.
That's the ankle that he rolled. Final week of the regular season. Has needed hours of treatment every day just to get in the lineup. And he was finally feeling better, as you've seen with the way he swung in this World Series after he had a few days off between the Championship Series and Game 1 here. But that sends a shock right back through it.
Well, he doesn't wear a guard because he doesn't probably do that very often. Guys who wear guards means they're doing that a lot.
Backing out of play. Stays at 1-2 on Freeman. What a star he's been in this World Series so far. Homering in each of the first 3 games. None bigger than his grand slam. The first walk-off grand slam in World Series history in Game 1. It's a bouncing ball to Mookie Betts, just barely avoids. They get the out at second. And without slowly that ball is hit, Freeman's still able to reach on the fielder's choice. Continuing our walk down the Hollywood Stars. Game 2, he went back-to-back with Teoscar Hernandez. First back-to-back home runs for the Dodgers in the World Series since the '81 World Series against the Yankees. And looking like he's going to get yet another Hollywood Star with a home run to open the scoring in this game. Now to do it for Tim Hill with the right-handed batting Teoscar Hernandez coming up. Top of the 7th inning in Game 3. It's been all L.A. At Yankee Stadium, the Dodgers have a 4-0 lead here in Game 3 of the World Series, trying to take a 3-0 series lead. Clay Holmes is on to pitch. He's pitched in both games already. Yeah, not giving up a run. Busy all postseason. Teoscar Hernandez grounds the first one he sees past the diving Volpe into center field, and Freddie Freeman on that bad ankle goes first to third. They've got him cornered with 2 away. And the Dodgers, one of the best base running teams all year, took more extra bases than any other team.
They're doing it all. I mean, this is a team that was in spring training. If healthy, you could understand their dominance in this game with the pitching staff they would have had, the roster. It's not the same. So everybody has stepped up. And you hear that all the time. Next man up. It's not that easy, even though it's true. You got to fill in for the guys that are hurt.
2 on 2 out from Muncy. Yeah, they got to where everybody said they were going to go. It just was a bumpier ride than anybody expected it would be. 12 starting pitchers at one point or another to the injured list, and a full rotation worth that they have there going into the playoffs.
And you can argue, I mean, every team has the right to make moves, but if they don't make those moves during the trade deadline, one of those being Jack Flaherty, the other, of course, Edman and Kopech, that changed their roster dramatically when they got all those injuries.
It's hard to see them still being alive had they not had that deadline yet.
Right.
You had your NLCS MVP in Edman, your Game 1 starter in Flaherty, who's been really your top starter since you got him, and Kopech right there with Treinen as the top arms in the pen. You're probably going to see in this game. It's a good reminder that it's the same way you can't judge trades the day they happen or draft picks the day they happen. you can't judge deadline work until the season's done. So there was not a ton of hype around those moves. Muncy's down swinging. Clay Holmes able to get out of his jam and send it to the stretch. Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. And by Progressive Insurance. Cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more. Somebody got to bring back Hip Hip Hooray. I don't know why we don't do that anymore. Footage from the 1941 matchup between these teams. 11 times in a 40-year span. They met up, and then 43 years without a matchup. The Yankees won the first 5, heartbreak after heartbreak, handed to the Dodgers before they finally broke through what would be their only championship while they were in Brooklyn in 1955. Of course, the Yankees were there to hand it right back to them the year after that. Then the Dodgers moved west. Dominant pitching in that 63 World Series to sweep the Yankees. 77 and 78 behind Reggie Jackson. The Yankees back-to-back titles over L.A. And then in 1981, the last meeting before this one, Fernando Valenzuela gutted his way through a turnaround game. The Dodgers came back from down 2-0 to win it in 6. Speaking of starting pitching, it's helped define this series for L.A. Jack Flaherty, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and then today Walker Buehler joining Sandy Koufax as the only pitchers in Dodger franchise history. 2 World Series starts, allowing no earned runs. Daniel Hudson for the 7th delivers ball 1 to Anthony Volpe.
Well, all the Yankees can hope for now, besides stringing some hits together, is one of the relievers from this point on will not have his best stuff, because the Dodgers relievers have been outstanding in the games they've won.
Hudson's first appearance of this World Series. 6, 7, and 8 for the Yankees. Volpe on 2-0 takes a strike. A run in 5 games this October for Hudson. He's behind Volpe 3-1. The last out of the World Series with the Nationals in 2019.
And there's the numbers that show you when they win. Bullpen is tough.
Volpe on 3-1 takes it right down the chute. The count goes full. Rizzo, Trevino to follow. Yankees only have 3 hits in this game, 2 of them from Stanton. Volpe's got the other. Looked like it was going to get him on the board, but Stanton was thrown out at home by Teoscar Hernandez. Volpe leads off the 7th. Pokes one towards the right field corner. Sailing deep and off the wall, foul.
Doesn't take much to hit it out to right field. And just a bit outside.
It's a little better, like you were talking about, though, him going the other way.
Yeah. He's wanting a replay.
Lost the bat, and strike 3 all the way into the dugout. Bob Guerin, former Yankee catcher with the largest hands in baseball, catches that bat on the fly.
Come on. Did that really happen? Oh, okay.
I mean,
all right. He saved Dave Roberts.
Don't let the replay get in the way of a good story.
He saved Dave Roberts from getting it right on the noggin on the bounce.
Rizzo with 1 away. Generous outside corner there for a strike. Bob Guerin could have played catcher in the majors without a glove. Seriously, look at those hands.
Oh, I'm going to hear about this nut. They don't get hit.
Rizzo 0 for 2. Down 0-2. Aaron Boone was just glowing about his first baseman. We talked to him before the game today. He said he saw him, game 2, just willing himself aboard, basically saying, I have to find a way to do this. He got on with a walk. He got hit by 2 pitches. He used the word moxie. Said you can tell that he's been here before. He's been in the World Series. He's been down. Nothing shaking him. Doing his best to let that rub off on his teammates. That pregame meeting that he threw. Gonna need a lot late here. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the sixth for LA. The Yankees just 5 runs over 3 games. 2-2. Count is full. Has been on both guys in this inning. Austin Wells in the on-deck circle. That's Trevino's spot. Well, enter for a chance to win the ultimate baseball moment in 2025. You could watch your team in action when they play in New York next season with an incredible VIP experience. Scan the code or visit MLB.com/moments to enter. 8-pitch coming to Rizzo. It'll be a 9th.
You can see why, when he was so healthy and in his prime with the Chicago Cubs, his hands hang over the plate. He's inviting you. Go ahead, try to throw it inside. I ain't moving, and I'll shorten up and try to spoil that pitch.
Into right center field he goes, and Rizzo's find his way aboard again, and the 9th pitch dumps a base hit.
That was a big league at bat. You know he's not 100% healthy. He was down 0-2, went to 3-2, spoiled a pitch and got one, and you never know. You just never know what sparks a club to get in a rally.
The grit and moxie that Aaron Boone's talking about. Anthony Rizzo, with the 2 broken fingers, has reached base in more than half his plate appearances in this postseason. So he's aboard, and Wells is coming up as the pinch hitter. 194 for the Yankees as a team in this series. Wells wasn't in the starting lineup. His struggles have continued. 4 of 41 in this postseason. Anthony Bond is getting ready with the left-handed batting Verdugo next.
The thinking here, besides obviously a left-handed batter, Hudson throws a lot of fastballs down. Wells likes the pitch down before he likes it up.
Aaron Boone did tell us, John, before the game, he said, look, it's not good right now, but I still trust him, and I still feel like his moment is coming in this series. Always optimistic, Aaron Boone, but went out of his way to give that vote of confidence to his catcher, Wells. Off of the bench here in the 7th.
All down.
And ahead 2-0. Game 4 is tomorrow. Will the Dodgers be going for a sweep? The only sweep in the 11 previous meetings between these clubs. 1963, that was one dominated by Dodger pitching, as this one has been. 2-1 to Wells. Caught the corner, 2-2. That was Koufax and Drysdale. This has been Flaherty, Yamamoto, Walker Buehler, and the bullpen. Dominant throughout the postseason. That's been the one thread for the pitching staff this pen. 2-2.
Oh, no.
Full count.
Well, if you're Wells, you're hoping to sell out on a fastball 3-2, and it would. Does Hudson have the guts here to throw a 3-2 slider?
Fastball got him. Wells got the fastball, but he took it. Strikes out. And Dave Roberts will make the change. The Yankees continue to search, down 4-0 in the 7th. Home would change things, get some life from this crowd, which has been fantastic, but still searching. No runs for the Yankees through 6 2/3. The same questions have persisted. 2 outs in the 7th. Alex Verdugo facing Anthony Banda, trying to get the top of the order to the plate. Ball 1 from Banda. Trying to get the top of the order to the plate. And you've got Banda here, of course, having to face 3 hitters. Can they get Soto to the plate, representing the tying run?
All in.
2-0 on Verdugo.
Now that side of the plate is tighter than the other side, so if you're a pitcher looking to get maybe an inch or two, you got to go away from the lefty.
You're counting on Banda to be able to get Verdugo out here for Dave Roberts, because then he's got to deal with Torres, where you don't have the platoon advantage, and then of course all bets are off with Soto. But 3-0 on Verdugo. It's a 4-pitch walk. Always a no-no, but especially to the 9-hitter. Banda is pitching all 3 games in this Fall Classic. Now it's to face Torres, who's reached twice. Been a good postseason for the Yankees second baseman. 2 on, 2 out. Pops the mitt with strike 1. He's made his name here down the stretch, setting the table for the Yankees. There'll be no bigger table for him to set than this one, with Soto waiting on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Brazier's loosening. Be for Judge. 2 batters away. Gleyber Torres fouls it straight back.
Well, it's hard to believe that this Yankee team, which is so good, and you see the numbers with running scoring position, they, going into this at bat, were 4 for the last 40 on pitches in the strike zone. In the strike zone, where they've dominated. And that just tells you a little bit off, and really good stuff by the Dodgers, but they're missing their pitches, and the Dodgers have not missed their pitches. There were two pitches particularly in this game that Yankee hitters had a golden opportunity to drive the ball and haven't.
2 on, 2 out in the 7th. Banda's 1-2 to Torres. Do it again. Rizzo at second, Verdugo at first. Torres watches it miss. Count evens 2-2.
Well, that was a great take there, because you want to make something happen as a hitter, and that would have been a pitch easily swung over the top.
Two. Strike 3 caught on a pitch that was high. Gleyber Torres down on strikes. Aaron Boone and the Yankees can't believe it. In a critical spot with Soto looming. Banda gets the call. And after 7 innings in Game 3, the Dodgers pitching a shutout. Call right there. Mark Carlson rings up Gleyber Torres on a pitch that looked like it was high, with Juan Soto waiting on deck. If he gets up there, he's the tying run, and man, Torres is still shaking his head over it. Will Smith against Clay Holmes to open the 8th. Strike one.
Well, the hard part is you don't get a chance to atone for if it was called incorrectly, right? Strike 3, that's it. That's taken from you. And every hitter's worst nightmare when that happens. Strike 1, you're like, I can overcome that. Maybe even strike 2, but not strike 3.
6, 7, and 8 for LA in this 8th inning. Yankees are going to have Soto and Judge coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Brazier's continued to warm, and so Dave Roberts is seeing this lead at 4, and knowing that there's a bullpen game coming tomorrow, staying away from the very top of that bullpen hierarchy at this point.
Oh no, where'd he go?
Smith went around 2-2. When it comes to Blake Trinan, he's thrown a bunch first 2 games of this series, and so Dave Roberts is thinking he'd like to stay away from him tonight. And this lead at this point enough for him to do that.
Well, Dave Roberts has made a lot of good decisions, and he's also had the good fortune, too, of having games that work to where the stress decisions haven't had to come into play. And, you know, you don't mind burning assets, even if he had to win this game, to go up 3-0 and then.
Trotted second by Torres. Smith the first out. Here's that pitch, Sean.
Yeah, it's up, and even Torres knows it's up. He thinks he's going to first. Unfortunately for the Yankees,
says it's high. He wasn't kidding. That's going to do it for Clay Holmes. Tommy Kahnle is going to come on, the change-up expert, with Gavin Lux coming up. Zero sugar. Coca-Cola didn't say whether or not they had to be happy fans. There aren't many of them around here right now. The Yankees getting shut out through 7 innings. Down 2-0 in the series, down 4-0 in the game. Tommy Kahnle's on to pitch the top of the 8th. Been so many moments where they've pushed it right there, just about to set this place off, but just haven't been able to get that big hit.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say something that's going to sound crazy. Tommy Kahnle is going to throw a fastball in this inning.
56 consecutive changeups.
57.
Mariano's cutter is out. Kahnle's changeup is in. We should have a tracker, just like a ticker.
Oh, it's tracking now.
You've mentioned this, but it seems like a thing to do would be to move up in the box to make that changeup thigh high for you.
Right.
Oh! Tommy Kahnle pitched for the Dodgers for a short period of time. This is second stint with the Yankees. Injury-riddled time with the Dodgers. He's come back here to the Yankees. Dealt with some more injuries, but when he's been healthy, very reliable.
When do you think it's going to come? Pitch 61?
I'm counting on it being, yeah, we should pick. Not here.
Oh.
I'm going to say after 64 changeups.
Okay.
What are we at now? 59?
59. This would be the spot. 1 and 2. Surprise him with a fastball.
Stick with the change. Struck him out. 2 out. And now a word from FanDuel.
Make every moment more when you bet the World Series on FanDuel.
Kike Hernandez down in the 8th spot. 2 out of 3 with a run knocked in. He's continued to find his way into the spotlight in the postseason.
There it is.
Wow. So
61.
61.
Nailed it.
You did?
I think I said 61, didn't I?
Just the fact that you said one was coming. So I don't know what you nailed it by saying we're going to see one. First fastball in weeks. And back to that changeup. Let's not get carried away. It's going to be Brazier for Soto, Judge, and Stanton. It may be actually Bonda and then Brazier after Soto. Sky high into shallow right field. Torres going out. He says that he's got it. Still saying he's got it, and he does. Soto charging on behind him. Canely comes on, puts up a 0. The lefty against Soto. Ryan Brazier, who's gotten tagged by left-handed pitchers this year, or left-handed hitters this year, is going to come in a clean inning. Soto, Judge, and Stanton. Now, the reason is, you'd have to assume, is that Juan Soto is 0 for 5, 3 Ks against Brazier. Because all the other data points towards Bonda getting him. But it's Brazier.
Oh, no.
Falling behind 2-0 here in his first game of the World Series. Dodgers 4, Yankees nothing. Bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees running out of time to get this game and this series turned around.
You almost think they got to at least cut it in half, give themselves a fighting chance in the 9th. Before they can do that, they got to get a runner or 2 on base. It's been lean.
2-2 on Soto. You saw Chris Taylor. He's in left field. He's replaced Teoscar Hernandez. Puck came into the 4th spot in the Dodger lineup. If a keeping score at home, fun to do. Soto today 0 for 2, walked his last time.
Oh, no.
And he's worked another full count and wiggles those hips. Crowd bubbling, hoping, praying.
There's been a lot of 3-2 counts for the Yankees and a lot of 3-ball counts that just haven't materialized their way. They got to get some of these going.
Soto reaches out, hooks a fly ball to right field. The Betts runs under for the first out of the 8th. A bunch of celebrities in the building today. Bobby Flay and Martha Stewart. We're going to have some good food up in here. We flagged them down. Billy Crystal, thanks to him for doing the pregame tease. Some other sports represented. Chris Chelios is here. Spike Lee always involved. We got basketball guys. Roy Williams is here. Rick Pitino we saw earlier as well. Paul Giamatti, New York guy. 1 ball, no strikes on Aaron Judge. There's Pitino. Couple basketball Hall of Famers. This guy does all the sports. Kenny Albert. Stay away from a stadium for once, Kenny. 1-1 on Judge. Go for 3, 1 for 12 in the World Series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greatness undeniable. Home run record, the multiple MVPs that he's going to have once it's official this year. Franchise face and captain. Still trying to do it when it matters most, though. Still trying to get what matters most, especially when you wear that jersey. It is his first world title. Biggest reason he said that he came back, because he could have gone anywhere when he was a free agent after that record-setting 2022 season. That included his hometown team, the Giants, who gave him a great offer. But he said New York's about championships, and
Oh, no.
I haven't won one yet. Too much unfinished business in my legacy here. No matter how many home runs he hits, no matter how otherworldly he is during the regular season, he'd be the first to tell you that legacy's formed here and now.
Oh, no.
Takes the walk.
Well, it's a start in the right direction.
First time he's reached today. And now it's Stanton. He's got the kind of swing that could take a chunk out of this 4-0 deficit. 2 more hits today. 6 home runs and 14 knocked in this postseason. Tried to.
He just needs a slider in the zone that doesn't break away. Brazier's slider's tough to hit.
Dodgers pitching this shutout at this point without using Michael Kopech, without using Blake Trinan. 5 scoreless innings from Walker Buehler. Fastballs by him, 1-2. Brazier comes home and buckles his knees, strike 3.
That was one in the zone, but that one appeared high to Stanton. He let it go and didn't get another chance.
9th Yankee strikeout of this game. Out of the bottom of the zone with a strike on Chisholm. Even Jazz, who had given him some life the first couple games, shaking his head today, hitless.
Right.
0-2. Last time the Yankees were shut out, Josh Beckett, clinching game 2003.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Jazz Chisholm still arguing with home plate umpire Mark Carlson. And you could hear Aaron Boone encouraging him, come on, Jazz, as if to try and get him to focus in. Brazier home with an 0-2 and taken low. Emotional player. When he's right, that's a joyful emotion.
Yeah, there's no time now. And I know Aaron Boone, he can only do so many things and got to execute. That's the only way that you can change the narrative and ride that emotion. I've said this before, and it always baffles me, but if you're striking out or you're getting out and you break a bat or throw your helmet, that's considered an emotion. Oh, look at, he's passionate, he cares. He struck out, right? It's still about getting hits.
Chisholm down on strikes. Ryan Brazier puts up the latest 0 for the Dodgers, an inning away from their first World Series shutout since '88. Rally to 90999, and T-Mobile donates $10 to hurricane relief. And by Progressive Insurance, cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the sixth for the Dodgers. 4-0 they lead to the 9th inning. Up 2-0 in this series, up 4-0 in this game. Tommy Edman fouls off Tommy Kahnle's first pitch.
And Tommy Edman's batting right-handed, even though he's a switch hitter, trying to take away that changeup that fades away from a lefty.
Another night where he's made an impact. Walked back in the third, came in to score. Couple changes, 0-2. Tommy Edman, 29 years old. Whole career with the St. Louis Cardinals before coming over here at the deadline. He has gone as deep as playing in the National League Championship Series when he was in St. Louis. A couple months into his time in LA. In his first World Series. Out of the San Diego area. Born in Michigan, though. Good Michigan guy.
Yeah.
Chops one left side. Chisholm cuts it off and just gets him. Earlier today, as part of the Fall Classic Legacy Initiative, MLB and the Yankees hosted a special event at One World Middle School where funds will go towards a new sensory room. Go to MLBtogether.com to learn more. Just the one hitter for Kahnle here in the top of the ninth. Aaron Boone is back out there to make a change with the top of the order, and Shohei Ohtani coming up. Tomorrow night, coverage to start at 7 o'clock Eastern. First pitch coming a little bit after 8. At this point, it looks like it may be the Dodgers trying to clinch a world championship and the Yankees trying to extend their season. They're down 4-0. Top of the ninth inning as Luke Weaver comes on to pitch. Top of the Dodger order. So it's Weaver to face Ohtani. Shohei in this game walked and scored in the first inning on Freeman's home run, and he's gone 0 for 3 since. Swings looked a little uncomfortable. He's winced and cranked that arm. That left shoulder.
Right. Nah, I'm personally amazed he's in there. I mean, I know it's every desire of every Dodger, every player to want to play no matter what. But when he slid in and the pain he had, short turnaround.
Oh. Always slides the same way to protect that pitching arm.
Yeah.
And this time it injured the other arm.
Yeah, you just never know on what slide and how awkward it could be. And
that pitch, he thinks, hit him. Mark Carlson says yes, it did. So in addition to the 5 walks the Dodgers have taken tonight, actually 6 walks they've taken tonight, they've had 2 guys get hit as well.
I don't think he called the hit batter, the umpire. He's asking if they want him to replay it.
Definitely hit him.
But he didn't call it.
No, I'm with you.
Los Angeles is challenging the non-hit by pitch call.
Well, the one thing about this series, when we talked about coming in, Joe, there's a pressure on a lot of teams, these two teams, and we felt like, or at least I felt like, as that ball definitely hit him, the narrative was going to change drastically if the Yankees didn't win because of the unknown of the future, where the Dodgers are more built to come back and be in multiple World Series. So that's going to be right away with what do they do with Soto? What happens if they lose this series? Does it give them more leverage or not? Does Soto have more leverage to stay
After
here?
review, the call in the field is overturned. The batter was hit by the pitch. Los Angeles has 1 remaining challenge.
Replay reviews presented by Zoom, and it is overturned. Ohtani's aboard.
But one of those conversations are probably going to start earlier than they wanted it to, right? That's why it's imperative that they fight every way they have left in them to either rally in this game or take this to 5-game series.
RBI single and a walk for Mookie Betts. 1 on 1 out, top of the ninth. Volpe, Rizzo, and Wells due up for the Yankees in the bottom of the ninth. Has it looked to you, and I know you touched on this a little bit earlier, but has it looked to you like a team that feels the pressure?
A little bit. It certainly does, in the fact that how they won and the rest coming in, it is definitely taken their offense away from what they can do. What it's looked like to me is an offense that got flat at the absolute worst time. I mean, nothing momentum-wise got them going, and they never really got that big hit. And unfortunately, that huge hit against them has spun the Dodgers into a potential 3-game to none lead.
On the ground to short, could be 2. There's 1, and there's 2. Yankees trying to pull off a magical comeback in the 9th inning. Bottom of the order will have to get it started. Ninth inning. Dodgers 3 outs away from a 3-0 series lead. And this has been a rough couple of days for New York sports fans. You got the Jets lost yesterday to fall to 2-6. The Giants lose tonight to fall to 2-5. The Yankees on the verge of falling behind 3-0 in this World Series. The big blow once again came from that man who had the iconic swing in Game 1 with the walk-off grand slam. He starts Game 3 with a 2-run shot.
Again, just remarkable, because 2.5 weeks ago, not sure if he was going to play, what you could get. He had to sit a couple games, but the delay and the rest certainly put him in the best position for his ankle to be successful.
Michael Kopech's going to try to wrap this thing up. 6, 7, and 8 for the Yankees. Anthony Volpe will lead off, 1 for 3. His one hit was back in the 4th. It looked like it was going to drive in their first run, but Stanton got thrown out at home. Teoscar's throw saving at least 1 run. Of course, the Yankees would have kept on hitting right there had he not gotten him at the plate. Ball and a strike.
I just wonder how much this, if they go on to win, this changes the complete strategy of usage of pitchers for tomorrow for Dave Roberts. Meaning, they've used a couple guys tonight that typically would use tomorrow. And is it house money and you use guys in different ways because you got 4 games to win 1? I'd be interested to see how it works out for Dave Roberts tomorrow.
1-2 to Volpe. Cut on and miss. 1 gone in the 9th. So you've got Kasparius and Knack, Honeywell, who could all give you length down there. Rizzo. $11 Ks for the Yankees tonight. And the Dodgers 2 outs away from their first World Series shutout since Oral Hershiser, Game 2, 1988. Last time they shut out the Yankees in the World Series. You're here at Yankee, or in the Bronx at least, old Yankee Stadium. Game 7 in 1955. Johnny Padres as the Dodgers finished off their first World Championship, and their only one in Brooklyn. As the game saved by Sandy Amoros, running down a Yogi Berra shot to the corner with one of the biggest defensive plays in this series' long history. And they're 3-1.
Oh, no.
Rizzo's aboard for the 2nd time as he takes the walk. Last time the Yankees were shut out in the World Series, the clinching game, we mentioned 2003. Marlins, after shocking the Cubs into the World Series, beat the Yankees in 6. Josh Beckett, complete game to finish it off here. The old ballpark.
Right behind you.
So here's Wells. Pinch hit a couple innings ago, took strike 3.
I tell you what, in this stadium, when you throw up a 0 for 9 innings, you're doing something, because this is a hitter's park, and that means you are executing. Josh Beckett did it back then.
Oh, no.
And the Dodgers are doing it right now.
This would be their 5th shutout this postseason if they could lock this down. That would be tied for the most in a single postseason in Major League history. Of course, more games than ever in the postseason these days. Cleveland in 2016. They fell just short to the Cubs. Had 5 shutouts in that run. Got the rally caps on, hoping for something historic. Largest 9th inning deficit overcome to win a game in World Series history. 2. Last happened in 2015 when the Royals erased a 2-0 deficit against Matt Harvey and then scored a bunch in the 12th to clinch. Came into the night saying the offense had to figure it out and figured that it wouldn't be shocking at all if they did. They feel due. This feels like a sleeping giant, but it's continued. Another 1-2 to Wells. Almost hit him. Rizzo takes second. And now Trinan. Not going to mess around, Dave Roberts. Got Verdugo on deck, then it's the top of the order. Two and two on Austin Wells. Kopech delivers. High pop fly. Freeman, does he have enough room? He does. Dodgers an out away from a Game 3 shutout. And the Yankees an out away from facing a 3-0 deficit. Never as a team in World Series history even forced a Game 6 when falling back 3-0. Of course, in 7-game histories, 7-game series across any series, only once has a team come back to win it. Of course, the Yankees on the wrong side of that. Dave Roberts and the Red Sox 20 years ago. Verdugo drew a walk his last time. Swings and misses. 0-2. Bites it off foul. Stays alive.
Twice all series, just to show you. Only twice all series they've gotten 2 hits in a row. And it happened last time in the 9th inning last game where they put that rally together.
High fly ball to deep right field. Betts goes back at the track at the wall and gone. Alex Verdugo, with the Yankees down to their last out, connects on a 2-run home run. First home run of the postseason for the Yankee left fielder. And now they've got the top of the order coming up. Torres will be the hitter. And if he can reach, Soto would come up as the tying run. Don't forget all that shutout stuff we're talking about. A 4-2 game.
He didn't miss it. And you're right. All that shutout goes right out the window. But the Yankees, you don't like losing. You don't like being down 3-0. You certainly don't like getting shut out. But now a little bit of drama. They cut it in half. Problem is there's 2 outs.
Still on their last breath. Gleyber Torres unable to get Soto to the plate back in the 7th when he took strike 3 on a pitch that appeared to be high. Strike 1. Torres takes strike 2. And the Yankees down to their last strike. Watches it spin away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stirring up one last dose of hope. 2-2 to Torres. Bouncing ball towards the middle. Edman with a spin and a throw. And the Dodgers dominate game 3. They're a win away from a world championship. A 3-0 series lead over the Yankees.
Starting pitching. Go back to it. Advantage Yankees. Before the series started. Starting pitching after 3 games. Advantage the Dodgers.
Walker Buehler picks up where Yamamoto left off. 6 1/3 for Yamamoto in game 2. 5 scoreless innings for Walker Buehler in game 3. Whose big game mastery continues. Now 3 World Series games in Walker Buehler's career. 18 innings, 1 run.
Defense almost flawless for the Dodgers in this series.
For the Yankees, it's a complete opposite story. Defense has given the Dodgers too many extra chances. Defense in tonight, walks and hit by pitches that set the table. And as you said, it's just too good an opponent to give them those extra outs and give them those extra base runners.
Yeah, you cannot give free passes. You cannot give situations that the other team didn't earn to great teams.
Let's go down to Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Freddie, your first inning homer gave the Dodgers an immediate 2-0 lead. How much did you guys talk before the game about the importance of striking quickly, putting the Yankees on their heels, taking the crowd out of it?
I think it was more the talk was trying to talk about Clark Schmidt. A lot of us had not faced him, so we were just trying a lot of emphasis on game planning and stuff like that. And obviously, when you come into a road park, you want to try and strike early and quiet the crowd down, and we were able to do that in the first inning.
You have home runs in each of the 3 World Series games. You didn't have an extra base hit in the first 2 rounds. Is it that your ankle is feeling that much better, or have you simply learned to deal with it?
No, my ankle is that much better, and that's because the days off, I was able to calm it down, get some treatment, and then I was able to work on my swing. That's the key. So just been able to find my cue, and I've been seeing the ball pretty good.
Now the other thing, home runs in 5 straight World Series games. You tied George Springer. That's a record. So, as you go into tomorrow, granted, you need 1 more win. But how much does that accomplishment mean to you, just knowing that you've done that?
I mean, I guess when it's all said and done, I can look at that. But the most important thing is what you said, 1 more win. That's all I care about right now. I don't care how it happens. I just want to get 1 more win.
Finally, Walker Buehler. What did you think, Freddie?
Yeah, Walker Buehler, he's been doing this his whole career. Big games, big moments, steps up when you need him. 5 strong innings, and then our bullpen came and did a great job. I mean, this is what you got to do. You got to pitch in October, and we've been doing that.
Freddie, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Joe, back to you.
Kenny, Freeman and the Dodgers are 1 win from a championship, 1 win from a parade, which they've not been able to do since 1988. Zooming on down there to the desk and the postgame show. The guys will be ready for you on the other side of this break. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Yankees 2. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Yankees none in this best of 7 with Game 4 coming tomorrow night.